Welcome to another episode of High Desert Heathenry. I'm your host, Kyle Walden. Tonight, I made it out here. Check the time. It's a little after midnight. We're getting out here pretty late. It is actually pretty freaking cold out here. I wouldn't be surprised if it starts to freeze. What I'm going to do is, you can see I started digging right before I picked up the camera, and I said, heck, I need to record this. I'm actually coming out here to prepare to go hunting in the morning. Um, I getting out here pretty late because I just had a wild night at the saloon, as we do out here in the Wild West in the high desert of Nevada. So it's pretty wild out here. It's calm overall, but this is a really overgrown little area. There's a lot of Russian olive trees. There's actually typically a little swamp back here, but it's dried up. And out this direction is the lake. I'm at Papoose Lake. The water's down, so it's actually really sandy and open over there. But this area has a lot of grass, thorns, the Russian olive branches. These Russian olive branches, trying to break a piece off. They're dry and dead. Don't worry, I'm not just killing trees. You can see this. It's just got these little spines on it. This one. But some of the bigger ones are big enough to honestly go through your foot, especially if you're wearing like a thin sandal or something. So right now I'm wearing my Zero Excursion Fusion boots to protect my feet a little bit more and also give me some warmth because it is cold out here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to dig a fire pit, and then from there I'm just going to try to get warm. I'm not going to even build a shelter tonight. I'm going to sleep directly on the ground. I'm going to have my vehicle parked up as kind of like a reflective surface for the fire to bounce off of and keep me warm. I've got a pile of wood sitting right here that somebody else had actually chopped out of all this Russian olive grove, if you want to call it a grove. But I'm going to go ahead and burn that and try to stay warm, get some sleep, and wake up at daylight. That way I can go out and get some cottontails. And who knows? I've had coyotes actually walk up on me, and this is the only place I've ever had that happen is out around these lakes. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work. Got my fire pit pretty much dug. Got a little bit of a berm. It's not much. It's decently deep because a lot of the grass and stuff around here is dead and dry. Sorry, I'm out of breath here from shoveling. But I whew, I'm gonna go ahead and just get this done. Alright guys, check this out. I've got this wall here. It's just high enough to block some wind off of me, as well as this one. I realize I can't get a draft under the vehicle, but on the other side of it, there's a ton of trees and a lot of brush. So any wind coming through immediately is really cut, actually, from coming under the vehicle. The fire will be right here where the light's at. So then the heat can refract back on me up against all this as I lay my sleeping bag right there. There's not a lot of wood out here. Otherwise, I'd build more. And I don't even have it staked down or anything. I just lazily stacked this, you know. I'm not trying to spend a lot of time on this. I'm just trying to get some sort of wind block if there is any wind coming up off of the lake, which is directly out that way. But yeah, here it is. All right, so I figure I'm gonna take you on out here, and I'll actually walk over and show you how close I am to the water. It's not really that bad. I'm simply gonna show you. Right there's the water. So get my other light out so you can see a little further, maybe. Sorry about the shakiness, but this is Papoose Lake at night. You'll realize, look at that, there's little lights out there. I don't know if that's a government facility or plant or something. I don't even remember at this point. But the water comes over and it cuts through right behind this tree, and it's dry in there. It looks a little muddy, but it's typically a little swampy area. There's a lot of frogs back in there. You can come get them certain times of year. But yeah, here we are, the nice green desert swamp water of Nevada. This is actually a very small lake. I think when it's at its maximum fill line, which the water comes all the way back up to right here, at that point, it's still only about 5.5 to 6 feet deep at its maximum. You guys know the drill at this point. Split some wood, light it up, finish camp. rod wins the day. I got this product from Pathfinder School. Some of the best products out there and some of the best instruction out there. Check them out. This is outstanding. Fire's going, and I'll tell you, I am just surprised with the quality of the ferro rod. That was powerful. That thing lit. I just had a couple paper scraps, hit it a couple times, and I have never seen anything ignite that fast off of a ferro rod. And I've used a couple of them that are supposed to be high end, and even the Uberleben ones, and no doubt the Pathfinder School products are probably the best there is ever. And I'm just gonna say it that way. I've used a ton of stuff, and that was impressive. How easy that was to actually strike to create spark, but also just the effectiveness of the spark. Because I've struck many ferro rods, and they might make a rain of fire come down, but it seems that whatever the composition is, it just does not catch properly, and it's unfortunate. But let's get this thing stoked up. Now that is what I'm talking about. I love having this hat, Wolfelt hat. It's great for all seasons, in my opinion, out here in Nevada at least. It keeps the sun off of me, keeps my head warm in certain inclement conditions, and it's a great fan. Here I am, chilling out. Gonna let this fire burn down. I want to make sure there's no embers melting through me in the middle of the night. I'm sitting on one of my Thermarest Ridge Rest pads right now, just hanging out. Once this fire dies down a little bit, I know it's not gonna pop any hot berries up onto me, then I'll be good to just kind of zonk out. But until then, I just gotta maintain this, and it'll be good. This will build a really nice coal bed, you know. I got my little halfway walls here. Not really doing anything. They're more aesthetic at this point, but it's just fun, you know. When I actually go to, you know, lay down here and the fire's died down a little bit, just to, you know, give me some radiant heat and the ability to start it up in the morning to make coffee. That's the most important thing, is coffee in the morning, especially at this point, because I've been out here digging and moving wood and doing stuff, and now it's going on 1:30 a.m. I'm gonna put a whoopee on the ground. I'm gonna put this Thermarest pad on top of it, and that's not so much for insulation or anything. It's one, the ground out here is it's cold and it's slightly moist in its own way. It's not really like, I don't think it's wet enough to actually do anything to me, but it's enough that I just don't want a chance at getting on one of my nice bags. I use hike and bike sleeping bags. I have a hammock compatible one I like to use when I'm using my hammock. It's blue and green, and I'm trying to think of the name of that one actually right now. The Aeolus, or no, the Aeolus is the one I'm using at night. The Antero, excuse me, the Antero is the blue and green one that I use for the hammock. But sorry, I'm getting tired, you know. But yeah, the black and orange one that I'm about to use tonight is the Aeolus. They're both 800 fill power. The Antero has 90% fill in the top and 10% in the bottom. It's got a hole in the head and the foot, so you can put your hammock all the way through the interior of the sleeping bag. That way, when you're like hanging in there in the hammock, the top of it kind of rests on you like a blanket, and it's the bottom, or the back side of the sleeping bag acts as an underquilt. It's really cool because you don't have to have a two-piece kit that way. With the Aeolus one, it's duck down. The Antero is goose down. So the one I'm using tonight is duck down, 80% fill on top and 20% on the bottom. It's gonna be good. Like, everything from hike and bike is freaking outstanding, honestly, and I'm just happy with it. I actually don't think I'm gonna go switch from them either. Just how I feel about Zero Shoes. That company was another one where I found like the price point and the material quality and the craftsmanship in the product. It was just the best for the range, and comparable bags as far as what they provide are typically much more expensive for the same performance. And then, I mean, you can get even lighter weight bags that are super lightweight. but at that point you're paying still more money, and they're ultra lightweight. I mean, they'll compact down like some of the Thermarest bags, get about this big. It's like the size of a bottle, like an Nalgene bottle or something. But um, it's just they're not suitable, I think, for the things that I do. Maybe in the summertime, of course, or certain seasons, but it's not a four-season bag. This bag I have right here, and don't get me wrong, I can't even say this is a four-season bag because in the summertime, even in the wintertime, sometimes I wake up and I'm like, dude, I'm getting too hot in this thing at 800 fill power. It's pretty toasty, but heck, you guys will get to see it. Check them out, Hike and Bike. I actually have a reversion link, and I will post it in the videos if YouTube allows me. I'm not sure if they allow me to do that, but you can find it on my Instagram, my Facebook. You can just email me. I'll send you my reversion link. Um, if you do, I'm an ambassador for those guys. So if you actually buy Hike and Bike products through my reversion link, it actually helps me out, and it helps out the company. And Hike and Bike, they're really cool because they donate to charity a lot, and they actually have a hashtag. It's called hashtag Gear That Gives. Really cool company. Just check them out. They've got more than just sleeping bags. They also have tents and other cool things. All right, just so you can see, I just pulled it out. It looks like a friggin' crinkled trash bag right now because it hasn't flopped out yet. It'll actually look nice and smooth when it's fluffy, but super bright orange on the inside. Nice and black trash bag color on the outside. But yeah, Hike and Bike. I get their logo to show up here. Here we go. Hike and Bike. Super good. It should say right here, Hike and Bike, Aeolus, 0 degree, 800 fill power, hashtag adventure ready gear. So yeah, the other one says Gear That Gives. And this is good. Oh man, I haven't actually slept in this one yet. I was letting my wife use it for a long time, and I just like, I don't know if you heard that. That sketches me out. Goodness. Oh, you can't even see me. This light's super bright, but heck, here we are. Ooh, I'm trying to show you this on my sleeping bag. I got my little hood on and everything. It's all orange and nice in here and whatnot, but man, it's freaking bright. So I'm gonna shut this off. I'm just gonna crash. Later. Morning, everyone. It's about 7:30. It's just getting daylight enough to where I'm feeling like getting up and breaking camp, and I'll move all this wood, put all my stuff away. I'll grab the phone and camera and the tripod and things and my shotgun, and we'll just get going. I'm not even going to take time for coffee because it's just now getting daylight enough that we can start hunting. So I'm just going to pack up what I need to pack up and get at it. So take a look at this. Like I was saying, I was worried about it freezing. That's why I had the other whoopee to throw over my sleeping bag. And I was right. That's all frost. Or what used to be frost, and now it's just wet. So my sleeping bag is not wet because I had that other blanket up on top of me, and that is a big lifesaver in the long run because I hate having to let that thing dry out. Well, this thing's cheap. It's a Walmart tripod, but yeah, it's not supposed to do this. I accidentally kicked it over and stepped on it while I was moving my sleeping bag. Bummer. Here we are. I'm out here. You can see the sun is rising. Looks good. Good. Pretty calm morning. A little cloudy, but it's just the way it is out here. So it's not too cold or anything, which is all right. But I'm gonna start hiking. I broke the tripod, so it's gonna be a little bit wobbly, to say the least, on this journey until I get back into town and pick up another tripod. But let's go ahead and get at it and get some rabbits. So right now, I'm walking around the backside of the lake. I'm gonna try to be quiet enough to walk out through the brush here, but I want to see how it goes. I know there's a ton of coyotes out here. They were howling all night, and this is the lake where they walked up on me. So It's just the one. Just the one walked up, but I've never had that happen except here. It's wild. So, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm not gonna be able to take any super nice shots right now, unfortunately, because that tripod is like disintegrated. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, a fish just jumped right there. Maybe that was a duck. I don't know. The fish were jumping last night too. You can hear some big ones just slapping. As much as I love testing out products, there's no way I'm stomping my new boots through this. Oh, this filthy cow mud. I mean, just look at the color of that dirty water. Filth. I'm gonna try to get through this tall brush back over to the trees. They're kind of peeking up over there. I mean, you can see, like, this is actually pretty decently tall brush. It might seem that way, but it's like chest height. And in one of my earlier videos, I don't know if I talked about it, I might edited it out, but you know, there's a lot of snakes out here in the summertime, so you gotta be careful. I was walking over here, I'm like, man, the ducks are at it this morning. They're pretty noisy. There's actually some dudes back behind me in a blind, and they're just going at it with the duck calls. I don't know if I'll be able to catch them on video for you. It's actually kind of comical because they're just like almost overdoing it, it seems. There's just some ducks like a couple of yards from them right on the bank. You know, they could just walk over and basically get them. The ducks aren't hard to hunt out here, so whatever. Check it out, there they are. The flock of ducks is right next to them, and they're out there on the water just chilling. Get it, boys, get it. So I made it around the back side of the lake. Those guys over there just blasting ducks. What I'm gonna try to do is turn around so you can see behind me where I'm going. I'm following this little trail, this little game trail through these bushes. See that little cow tunnel there from all the free ranging. And I'm just gonna go through here and walk around a couple of these lakes and just make loops through the brush and see if I can just jump any rabbits out. It's just starting to warm up, so that might be in my favor because it has actually been pretty darn cold out here. So let's get it. Well, here's one of the downsides to free ranging your cows. Right here. Bummer for that rancher. So I've made it around to get the backside of another little lake. I'm on this dirty little 2-track trail here. See, the water is just low. This is where all the water from the Carson River comes at the end of the irrigation season and provides water out here to these series of lakes. But even though it's kind of dry, it's deserty, it still has its own level of natural beauty to it, and I find it to be pretty darn cool out here. So this here is a good sign. It might be like a day or so old, but I'm following them along the road here. You can see up in the bushes, we got tracks. I've been actually following them up the road here. So at first I wasn't seeing many tracks or much of anything. So now we're gonna come out here and just keep walking the trees. And I haven't seen anything yet. Like I said, it's starting to get warm, so that might give them a chance to move. And hopefully we get something. So here we are. I'm coming up around, I don't know, one of the other lakes. I don't even know what the name of this lake is now. I've been around so many of them. I know where I'm at, but I don't know what lake I'm at. Just taking a couple pictures of some cool stuff. Found some cool rocks, but I've only seen rabbit tracks. I haven't even seen any scat. And I'll follow the trails through all the trees, and I just haven't seen a single rabbit yet. It's pretty dry out here, literally and figuratively, as far as water and rabbits. So I'm just gonna keep on keeping on here, and if I see something, I see something, but I don't think it's looking too good right now. Finally, after hiking for like 2 hours now, I see a sign of life. Some friggin' cows. Great. I still haven't seen a rabbit. It's November out here in Nevada, out here at Indian Lakes. We got lichen and just chunks of moss growing here. Just out here in the desert. And I'll stand up and show you where we're at. It's like sand, and all of a sudden just some moss. Wild. Well, I made it back to camp. Gonna go ahead and put all this wood back where I found it. And just a simple pile. Pick up some of the trash that others have left, of course. It's 9:45. Been up since 7:30 going at it. So I haven't seen anything. I walked around 3 bodies of water. And I didn't see a single rabbit the whole time. The guys that were out here, I don't know where they went. They're not at this lake. They're at the next lake over, but or the back side of it, I should say. And they obviously got some ducks. I heard them shooting for a while. I watched their pellets, sprinkle out over the water and everything. It's pretty cool. But yeah, hopefully they got something, because I didn't get anything. Got skunked again, and that's just the way it happens sometimes. So in the future, coming out rabbit hunting, I will go to a couple different places that I like to go to that I know that there are rabbits. Typically there are some here. It's just kind of a weird time. I didn't see any quail or doves or anything like that out here either this time. So, it's what it is. And first things first, I should probably stop and get another tripod before I keep making any videos, because I can't really make quality videos while I'm just shaking this thing around. So let's do that first. Hey there, everyone. I was able to make it back to the party patio here, hanging out at home. I'm probably not going to be able to go fishing. I'm going to have to do a lot of editing and make sure I can keep you guys in the loop here with all these adventures. Whether I'm getting skunked on rabbit hunts, not finding any game, or whether we're out just camping, doing whatever we're doing. I want to keep you in the loop, and I'm going to have to sit down and work on some of these videos. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to try to go on some more adventures. I probably won't be posting again until midweek to the end of the week after this video, but we'll see how it goes. I hope you enjoy what I've provided so far. As simple as it may be, it's still a little bit of adventure, at least for me, going out and doing some things that I enjoy doing. So hopefully you enjoyed seeing this. Please like, share, subscribe, and have a blessed day. Be safe.